I was bullied when I was younger, but I got bullied in the 90s when no one gave a shit. You remember that? There's some younger faces in here, so I gotta explain one thing. There was a time when you would come home and you'd be like, Mom, I'm getting bullied. And she'd be like, I don't know, learn to fight or get fat. Those are your options. Like, I just got home, I don't care. You could tell they didn't care yet. They didn't have bullying awareness. They had these weird tips they tried to give us. Here's a couple of my favorites. If someone's bullying you, tell them to stop. Yeah, that was it. That was the whole thing. And if that didn't work, option B, just walk away. Yeah, because apparently these people had never heard of being attacked from behind before. That is not how a confrontation works. Can you imagine if I carried that into my adult life? Some guy comes up to me with a knife, like, give me all your fucking money. I'm just like, oh no. Oh shit, he's still there. Just cornered myself. I've always been kind of a dork. I like pro wrestling, and a lot of people don't, and I totally get it. Like, I totally get it. But the weirdest thing was when people will tell me they don't like it because it's fake. Like, don't you know that's fake? I'm like, yeah. Like, I haven't been in a confrontation with an adult. Like, I've never really been in a fight as an adult. But I doubt if I was in a fight, I'd open it with a drop kick. Like, I doubt that. Like, I know what I'll do. I'll take to the air. I'll surprise them. It's just so funny to me to not like it because it's fake. That'd be like if you watch porno and you're like, how'd you like that? And they're like, oh, I don't like that at all. I just don't think those people are in love. That man on the casting couch doesn't care about that lovely lady. He didn't even take her to breakfast. I was trying to relax. No, wrestling helps me relax. I tried smoking weed to do that. I can't smoke weed. And here, if anyone here is like me and weed just doesn't really agree with you, here's a tip: never tell that to a pothead, because they just will not accept that answer. I have the same argument with my brother-in-law every 2 days. Like, I can't smoke that, man. Gives me panic attacks. Gives me anxiety. He's like, bro, you just got the wrong strain, bro. Try a sativa, bro. Can you imagine doing that with anything else? Like, I can't drink, man. I'm a violent drunk. Have you tried vodka, bro? I can't really drink either. I don't know if anyone here drinks like I do, but I don't really like have a couple beers. I just kind of start drinking. As ominous as it sounds. Most of you guys seem pretty laid back. Odds are you're having a couple beers. Your night's gonna end with, I saw a comedy show and I had a fun time. Last Saturday night, I started drinking. My night ended with, and I'm no longer allowed in Moxie's, because I blacked out in there. I don't know if anyone here does black out when they drink, but if you don't, you gotta do it. It's so fun, because it's the closest we can get right now to teleportation. It's amazing, you know? Well, I'll have those nights like, oh, I was talking to my friends, now I'm in jail. How did that happen? That is whiskey teleportation, my good friend. Fun. I just moved back from the UK, and I was just starting over there, and I was doing any gig I could. Like, this is true. I did a show for a company that was literally called ISIS. Yeah. Their full name is Internet Systems, but then they shortened it to ISIS, small I-S-Y-S, in the early 90s. And then when I did the show, I was like, all right, first question, guys. Why haven't you changed your name yet? One guy was like, we actually have really strong branding. I was like, you've been outbranded for sure. That's not how. That is not how the world works, dude. You can't just be like, we're a pretty good plumbing company. We're sticking with Al-Qaeda, okay? And I did mention the early 90s because this company formed in 1991. 1991, before the internet was really popular, and then a terrorist organization started with their exact same name. Can you imagine the luck of that? You know what I mean? There was never happened before. Some company like, I don't give a shit what they're doing in Germany. We're an organization for the blind, and the Nazis is a good name. Okay, I'll tell you my favorite gig story, and I'll get out of here. This is my favorite thing that ever happened. This guy heckled during the show, dick move or whatever. He followed me and my friends to a bar after the show and kept on heckling us. Right? It was all fun and games up until I bumped into him trying to go to the bathroom, and he's like, "Watch out, you fat pussy." And I was like, "No." That was one of the anti-bullying tips, right? Just tell him. Smaller bar, only one bouncer. Bouncer doesn't see the initial thing between me and this dude. He just sees my friend Garrett, who's now charging across the bar to intervene. So the bouncer did was run over, he intercepts Garrett, and he throws him up against the bar. Bear hugs him. Now the other guy recognized Garrett from the show. He comes rushing onto a sucker punch while the bouncer has him held up on a tee. In this moment, I jump out of nowhere, do the most amazing thing I will ever do in my life. I caught this guy's fist. Right dead in my hand. And I wanted to say something so cool, you guys, like, "Not in my town, buddy." Something amazing, but all came out was, "Don't touch my..." And I started to say "friend," but he pushed me, and I went, "Ah!" All right, thanks very much for your time, guys. Have a great night. Give it up a minute.
Dylan Gott, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Dylan Gott.